If you say you've never owed more than a month,
yes.
Now, let me go back to an interview that the Director of Corporate Affairs of the NSS had on a sister station,
right.
Mr. Armstrong Essa, and I believe that he's still at post.
Yes, he's
now, he actually apologized for the delay in payments, and I'll just quote what he said. Okay. I'd want to just tell our NSPs they are the reason why the National Service Scheme exists. Without them, there's nothing like national service, and we understand their grievances and the issues they have raised. The National Service Scheme is sorry for the inconvenience caused regarding the delay in the payments of allowances. By Wednesday, January allowances will be paid. And he made this statement on the 21st of March 2022. This was after they had agitated saying that they had been owed for about 3 to 4 months.
But that's not true. That is why I said we've never owed more than a month. So in the month of March, if you are speaking, the only month we were supposed to be in arrears is January. Because in the month of March, that is why I'm supposed to pay February. So I was clear on the fact that I have never owed more than a month. So if I am in the month of March today and I'm speaking to you, then I have not paid you in January. I'm not owing you in February, depending on the day I'm speaking to you.
What about those who said that you owed them November and December? Some are even saying October.
That is one of the things I was explaining, that one, if the person had not worked for it, we are not going to pay. Number two, most of them do not even do early submission. There are people, they're supposed to submit latest 16th of the month. Now, there are people who will still submit after 23rd and expect that we would delay every other person's allowance payment and pay when they do their submissions. So these are some of the challenges. Now, we have people who have done service before when they were doing HNDs, and now when they are done with top-ups, they expect that they still do service again. Right from 1997, when a cabinet decision was made, service is done a year. And nobody is allowed to do service twice. There are still people who are still able to penetrate to the system because they were able to get changed names. For instance, I used to be Gifty Owari Abuaje. Now, as I'm Gifty Owari Mensa, I may assume that if I have no job, then I can do service again. So these people are able to beat the system to an extent. But for the robust system we have for payment, there is no way you would ever be paid because we pay through eSwitch. And eSwitch is per fingers. So if I validate today and I have an eSwitch card until death, it's my eSwitch card.
That's another concern that they have raised about the eSwitch card and the fact that there are some who actually go and check when they alert them that their monies have been paid. They go and check and they tell them that the eSwitch card is not working or the system is down. And so they have to wait. Someone said he tried other banks and it was still not working. And so why should he be at the mercy of the eSwitch card before he can access his money when he has already offered you his services?
Bella, it's surprising because for eSwitch card, you know, every ATM you see now, as you and I are speaking, have eSwitch access. Bella, most of the mats we have, every bank that is supposed to be under the ADB or Apex Bank is supposed to access. So some of these challenges, it's obvious. As we even work in other banks, we still have the challenges where we go and maybe the bank says ATMs and other things are not working. And for these challenges, I may not be able to address them directly because I don't work with eSwitch. But what I'm saying is that if you check all the process of payment, we're supposed to, one, protect the national service personnel we are paying to, so nobody is able to access the cash we give you. Then also make sure that the scandals that had happened at national service may not repeat itself again. So the best payment process was a payment that says that you can only access through biodata, which is the one we are paying. So yes, other people have brought us other proposals, but we are supposed to sit as management and see which of them best fit. But for now, as you and I are speaking, the eSwitch is the best because, one, you are not able to take any dime from the card if it is not your card. Not even a pesewa. Because other people access eSwitch by using the other thumbs, like the pinky finger, to be able to access like 100 CD or something. But at national service, it's blocked, so until it's Gifted fingers or Bella's fingers, you can't access it. So it's more convenient and safer because you can even use the card anywhere. And then again, you can even place a system on your card where monies are put into your account or Momo account so you can access it. And this process, I think, is the easier way because we have people who work in the hinterlands and we cannot afford to make it look it's more urban where we say we want to pay on Visa. Visa may be in Accra, but Visa may not be in Dokotra.
But does it not worry the Secretariat then? And I'll just read this message. This was from Trinibua Asante. He says that my cousin who's doing his service has not been paid since April. 2 days ago, and this message was sent yesterday when we posted the flyer. 2 days ago, they received news that they had been paid only April. He went to the bank with his eSwitch card to cash the money. They told him eSwitch is not working. He went today to it's still not working at GCB. He later went to Stanbic, GT Bank, ADB, ABSA, Fidelity, EcoBank, First Atlantic, Merchant Bank, and they all don't offer eSwitch services. Now, the money that is said to have been paid cannot be accessed. Hey, this country, whose idea is it to put NSS allowance on eSwitch, which could break down for days and there's no way to access one's money until it is fixed? Can they make it possible for personnel to withdraw the money from any bank at all without or with our eSwitch card? So they're asking for options, because he's saying that if it's only the eSwitch card, and in this case, if they are really facing these challenges, until it's fixed, they cannot get access to their money.
So, Bella, we would have to sit as a management and look at these things happen, because we cannot pick, for instance, as we have just paid the April, we paid about 67,000 people. So out of 67,000 people, if a single individual is complaining, we cannot use that complaint as a reason to change. But then, yes, as management, why not? We always have. But then we would still do what is best, not just for the national service personnel, but also for the pairs of Ghana.
You say you've paid about 67,000 people.
Yes,
out of a total of how many people?
About 70,000.
Is there a reason why there's some excess of 3,000 that you're yet to pay?
The reasons are very clear. One is late submission. The others are people who have no eSwitch cards or may not even have NSS numbers at all. So these are people who are still complaining, who come into our offices and are not even qualified to do national service. For instance, if I had started service in 2009 and did 3 months and decided to go, it's supposed to be desertion, which is so in our it's on our act, it's supposed to be a crime. But these people are supposed to be pardoned when they come in. So when you come to complete the period, for the 3 months that you had worked and decided to desert your service, you would not be paid. So yes, I might have come to do the service in continuation, but I won't be paid for the months that I have been paid. Because our system is said that you are automated for 12 months, and within this 12 months period, if I'm paid for some and I leave the rest, I'm only supposed to come and continue to complete it. But some other people to decide not to just do even the service. But what they do is that when they were in school, they decided to use their fingerprints. Those times were not on a robust system to give eSwitch cards to people. So for instance, I am completing school and I have done service already. I come to you, Bella, and say, Bella, can I have your fingerprints to have an eSwitch? So you do an eSwitch card for me. Those times the system wasn't very huge, so the person could pass through. Now you are done with school and wants to do service. So already on our system, you are done with service.
You gave 3 reasons why some 3,000 may not have been paid, and one of them was the fact that they don't have the NSS numbers.
Yes.
How is it that
so
you
the person is not doing service at all, decided to do a self-posting?
People can do that?
Yes. So
self-posting?
So there are people who walk into offices, and just because officers assume that this is period for national service, I come and some of them are able to pick up letters, however they forge them, and now come to sign. You might have signed to that agency, but you cannot sign to national service to be put into our system.
But if we're dealing with biometrics and my name is on the card or my name is on the system, how is it that, you know, when I'm going to take out my money or something, that's someone's fingers, then we cannot detect all this?
That is what I said.
And you take your student's ID card
it took us
right?
a process as a scheme to be able to get to where we are.